Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today I will try to show you the method I am using to debug very large code bases, and so when the apps are growing, the code base is also growing and maintaining the code is getting more and more difficult. For this video I will use an example of the app I've made over the past few months and just keep improving it from time to time accordingly to my requirements and to my needs. And what you're looking at is a multi-agent app which can be used to use many different agents and general instructions, and each agent customized instructions. So this app might not look very big from what you see, but it is actually very large code base. So let me show you what it has actually, and then I will explain how you can debug it and improve it in very easy and quick way. So it has integrated history, so you can load all past chats. You can see how many tokens were used in the past chats and what was the cost for each chat. So in the settings, we've got rack retrieval augmented generation settings, where we can change the response from the rack and all the parameters. So we can change the number of results, alphas, semantic balance settings, importance score threshold, token limits, enable re-ranking, enable cross-encoding re-ranking, enable query expansion, ultra safe mode for safe retrieval mode, and we've got integrated CPU support, auto, CUDA, and MPS for the Apple devices. And all those settings can be actually configured by just pressing one of those buttons. And in general settings, we can configure all providers and add any other devices providers as we wish. And API settings, we've got all APIs, so we can add even more providers if needed, and just paste the API key into this field and you can use it in a chat window. So each model has its own instructions, and there are general instructions for all the models and for all agents. So we can increase actually number of agents. So currently this is one, and pressing the button we can increase the number of agents and give each agent different instructions, making them behave in different way. So each agent also can have internet enabled rack or enabled MCP server independently. So for example, you can select the agent 1 to access internet, search for the news, and agent 2 will have no internet but will have a rack, so we can add additional information from the rack, and agent 3 will combine all those responses into the final response and give you the feedback. So to show you how it works, let's do a brief demo. I've got the prompt here, how rack is integrated in this code. So currently the rack is disabled, and let's select Gemini 2.5 Flash. We can select any other provider from the list, as well as OpenRouter. All the models are available, but Gemini Flash is very fast and good for the rack. So no rack enabled. If I send the prompt, we've got a response to explain how rack is working, blah blah blah. Okay, he's got no information from the rack. And just to show you and what I'm going to explain in second part of this video, for you to understand, in a rack I've added the code snapshot of this application. So everything, all the files, all the Python files, it is Python application, are actually exported to the MD file. I renamed it to the txt file to add it to my rack. And it's around 22,000 lines of code, if I remember correctly. So it didn't answer any questions. So enable rack, and send the prompt again. So it gives you the detailed feedback on the rack, how the rack is integrated into this software. So there is a few files responsible for the software, and it's mentioned. So if I enable a second agent, then second agent will use actually the information from the first agent and will provide even more detailed information, because we'll have the additional content to retrieve the rack information from the file. Okay, and now I will show you exactly how I am doing this and the way I'm doing this. This is actually the project, and the way I'm doing this is in the app you will see I have a save PDF button, and this is currently inactive, and the way I'm doing this currently is just I'm created very nice script which is converting database to the MD. It was converting to the PDF. I need to change the name, but it's actually converting into the MD files, because those files are much better to work with the AI, much more efficient. So let me run it. I need to close this up because it's running from the same IDE, and let's run the file. So run, and the script is made in a way so I can select default options, extensions, custom selection manually. So for the purpose of this video, I will just say let's use a custom selection number 3, and here we can select what extensions we want to export to the MD file, and let's export only files, the Python files. So I'll just press 1 here, no other selections, and let's press enter. And in this way I've just exported the file to the MD codebase, and this is the file, and this is where the magic is. So the exported file has all the files and structure of the project. This is good enough to understand, to search for the information if you wish so in that way. What I'm doing actually is I take this code snapshot file and I drop it into the Gemini AI Studio, and I use this great token count of 1 million available for the context window. So this is actually great. So you can drop the file that the file actually I've dropped is 329. Let's actually try it and see how big the file is. So I will drop it and let's see how many is extracting. We've got 297 tokens. My code base is around that much. So you will see the content generated is additional 329. So it's around 33,000 tokens generated by the model. So I am dropping this file and I'm giving the instruction. Please analyze the code and provide comprehensive feedback on quality, bugs, and I am interested in potential improvement that you can identify. Please provide a to-do MD file with instructions for AI agent to follow, include code snippets and suggestions. And so model was thinking for 117 seconds, and this is Gemini 2.5 Flash. And it did think for that long and gave me very detailed snapshot of my code and the potential improvement and bugs. And when you look, and I ask for the code snippets as well, and this is a very nice detailed instructions, and even I've got the snake.py game in a code base, and at the end it said the problem snake.py is a simple game seemingly unrelated to the core project. Please ask the user if snake.py is intended to be part of the core application. So it noticed things like this as well. So if you have the files that are not part of your code, it will tell you that you can remove them as well. So let's have a look. As additional for this video, I also tried the Gemini 2.5 Pro preview, and I gave the same instructions, and it provided the feedback in slightly different way. So it gave me more code and slightly different instructions. So and then I usually take the thinking from the model, not just the instructions. So when you look on the thinking on the flash, you will see it did think for 117 seconds. So it provides you quite a lot of additional information. So I take all of that and I paste it into the Gemini again. So I will say, please merge both reviews of my app into the single to-do MD file. And then it does all the thinking again, and then it gives you actually very, very detailed to-do file with code bases, code snippets, and everything that the AI agent needs to know from the reviews that were made by Gemini. And we know that the Gemini 2.5 Pro is actually the best model for coding currently available on the market. So I then take this MD file and I drop it into my code base and into my to-do file, and it's 936 lines. So, and then I will say to the cursor or windsurf or any other application, please proceed with the to-do tasks carefully, make sure to follow the instructions, and it will just follow the instructions given by the Gemini, and it will fix all the problems very quickly because it has the code snippets provided and very detailed instructions. So it don't need to actually have a look, check your code base, search code base, and it will save you lots of tokens and credits in all the apps you are using. So it is great actually if you want to save the credits in the Cursor or Windsurf applications. So one more thing I want to mention is a thing I've noticed is the difference between the Gemini app and the AI Studio. It looks like when you give the same instructions to the Gemini app, so when I drop the file into Gemini app, for example here, it will give you often very little, much less instructions and less feedback than you will receive in AI Studio. It seems that the Gemini app is not truly 1 million content window, and sometimes even if you provide the information that was given by the Gemini from AI Studio, you will see that looking at them side by side, the plan from AI Studio is more detailed, better structured, and more immediately actionable. I appreciate you showing me this, as this is a great example of high quality project plan that I can learn from. So Gemini say you can learn from the Gemini on the feedback I provided from the Gemini to Gemini, if that makes sense. Bit strange, and I'm actually quite surprised that the Gemini app is not the same as the Gemini in AI Studio, so especially when you pay for it. and the Gemini AI Studio is free. So it would be good to understand why is that actually. And this is very helpful feedback. I always trying to improve, and this gives me a much better standard to aim for when creating the project plans. Yeah. Okay, guys, I hope this actually helps you in somehow, and please try it. Please try uploading your code bases for the applications. Nothing the production probably. I'm not sure if how how Google is treating the code. If you've got some confidential information, please make sure you don't drop it into this chat, and just be careful what you are using for. So hope this you like this video, you like the instructions. If you like it, please give me a like, and if you want to see more of it, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.